When we think of resilience, what word comes to your mind? Anybody just speak up, unmute and say, hey, this is what it means to me. What does resilience mean?
You get back up and keep going after you've been knocked down.
Oh, I love it. Okay, I get knocked down, but I get back up. I
And
fight.
keep going. You keep moving forward. Again and again and again until you reach it. Done.
Yeah.
I can get a little fired up around
Okay.
that.
Let me share something from the past. Okay. I've been a Toastmaster for many, many years, and I was early in my career, about the first 4 or 5 years, I got involved in speech contests, and I went to the world's final in Anaheim, California, and I had only been about 3 or 4 years, but I was speaking, and I was excited, and I was passionate about this topic that April just mentioned. Okay. And the title of my talk was Fight One More Round.
That's good. That's good. Yes.
Fight one more round. And Gentleman Jim Corbett. Now, all of us are way too young to remember him, but way back there, okay, he was a world champion boxer, and he was interviewed, and he said, Gentleman Jim, how is it that you continue to win? Fight after fight after fight. He said, very simple. When I get knocked down, I get back up. So yeah, fight one more round. Fight one more round. So that's a good definition of resilience. I think of bounce back. If I'm resilient, I bounce back. Okay. Think of, and I do this when I'm working with athletes and talking about how do they build resilience. They don't quit when going gets tough. They keep fighting. They bounce back, and they understand that, because if you can't see me, let me see my hands, right? Everybody see my hands? Okay. Here's what happens. I got an egg in this hand, a raw egg. I've got a tennis ball in this hand. And I stand up in front of the group and I ask them, and they're all around me a lot of times. And I say, okay, what happens if I drop this egg? Okay. Spoop, splatters, right? Some of them move back. I don't want the yolk on me. I don't like it. Okay. I said, you're exactly right. And what happens if I drop the tennis ball in this hand? And they say, well, it bounced. Okay. So we need to bounce back. When we get hit, when we get knocked down, we don't lay down there on the floor like that egg and spread out on everybody else, but we bounce back. So putting a visual in a mind of bouncing back, to me, is a great metaphor for that of resilience. How do I bounce back? Okay. And it's the definition, really, going back to that, it's the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, to spring back or to bounce back and have that flexibility. It's coping with the situation that we're in, but also at the same time coming out of our situation, having that resilience, the flexibility, and the ability to keep moving, to bounce back and keep going. And it kind of comes back to the concept that we've shared before. Are you just surviving? If we're surviving right now, we have a certain amount of resilience so that we're trying to stay safe. We're trying to stay alive and not sick. But when we come out of that, okay, the other side, are we thriving? In the concept of going from that situation that we're in, we are actually reviving because we're in a difficult time, resilient. But are we resilient when we come out the backside, off the other side of the storm? So that's a kind of a concept, I think. Now, here's something about this that I want you to, and when I started thinking about that, I didn't realize this, but here, a measure of how much you bounce back is a measure of how much you want something. Desire. Kind of interesting, isn't it? A measure of how you want something gives you the desire to bounce back. If you don't have the desire, chances are you probably are not going to bounce back, right? So if that is the concept and the handling it, let's look at 4 skills that I want to share with you very quickly.